What is up, guys? My name is Andrew, and welcome to a new Space Engineers mini-series called Mobile Survival, where we can only build onto this little craft right here. Let's start this series out with a sick jump, and... Nope, that was not enough speed. Wait a second. Who put a hole here? What? No! 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 I'm still alive? How did I survive that fall? Hello? 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 Well, that's ominous. I guess we have a new challenge. Let's start this series properly. What is up, guys? My name is Andrew, and welcome to a new Space Engineers mini-series called Space Engineers The Center, where we're stuck deep below the Earth's surface, in the center to be exact, and we need to figure out how to survive. Somehow we fell down this giant hole that goes all the way to the surface, and we made it down here into the center, and we're stuck here now. We have no way of getting back up. We only have limited jetpack, no jetpack power stuff or anything, and we need to figure out how to get back or how to just survive down here. That's the whole premise of this mini-series. We're given a drill. We're also given a survival kit and a battery that has not that much charge, and we need to figure out how to get things going down here, how to survive, how to live, how to thrive, you know, that sort of thing. And hopefully we can maybe even try and get back up to the surface. That would be very nice. So this is a mini series, which means it'll be 5 episodes, roughly 5 to 10 episodes. We'll see, depending on how much people like it. But yeah, I guess let's get started. We're in the center of the Earth, which is why we can float, by the way. We're floating. Our P gravity is 0.01, as it is in the center. The center point is somewhere in the middle of this giant thing. By the way, sorry for the lighting. It's just a little bit weird in the center of the Earth. We're gonna have to deal with that until we get lights set up, which is probably our #1 priority. Now, how are we gonna do things in the center of the Earth? That's a really good question. Thank you for asking. I'm thinking we're gonna start by getting rocks and stuff, because that's really all we can do. Let me really quick take inventory of what we have. So we have the battery, and that has about 20 hours of power left without any lights going, just with our survival kit. I could turn off our survival kit if I want to conserve a little bit, and that'll go to 36 years. Okay, cool. We're going to keep that off until we want to use it. It's actually just floating away. That's fine. It shouldn't go anywhere. We're in the center. But yeah, let's keep the survival kit off for now. Let's go and get some rock. We're gonna get a full inventory of rock and bring it back here, and hopefully we can start getting some ingots going. So one extremely important consideration we need to pay attention to is gonna be our hydrogen level, because we don't have any way currently of refilling our hydrogen at all. We don't have any bottles, we don't have any ice down here. So we need to be very careful with that. And ideally we'd be able to figure out a way to refill our hydrogen. I don't know if that's gonna be possible though. Hence the reason this might be a mini series. So let's just keep mining rock. I think we're gonna be fine for now since P gravity is so low. We don't really use that much at all, just flying around here. But it's gonna be something we're gonna have to be aware of eventually. Okay, let's turn on our survival kit. Well, let's get a little bit more stone and then turn it on, so it can just kind of do one big burst of refining. So being in the center of the Earth provides some really weird opportunities. This is like a very unique area that usually you don't get to see. So in space, the rock or the stone will usually just float away. But in the center of the Earth, it all converges on one location, which is pretty unique, I think. So we can definitely play on that a little bit. Let's put this stuff in here and then get this thing started. We're gonna need to recharge our power as well, so let's get that going. Turn on our survival kit, and I don't like how this thing is kind of accelerating as it's floating away, but I guess it's not going fast enough that it would damage anything if it hit the wall. It's so weird though. It should be going toward the center, but it seems to keep accelerating a little bit faster every time toward the outside. So I don't know if that's gonna be a problem. Hopefully not. Our battery is still doing fine. We wanna go to our survival kit and turn on ingots. I'm just gonna set it to do 5,000. Oh my gosh, it's pitch black here without the light. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is, I think, okay, power generation wise, we're going to kind of be limited to building batteries, I think, for now. Unless we can build like a windmill. There's a chance a windmill would work, right? I don't know how it works down here, but I have heard people say that it works underground, which is crazy, by the way, but we could try it. It might not be a bad idea, and it might be our main source of power generation. Okay, so just to start out, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in here, production, I'm gonna create a couple of steel plates just so we have a couple to work with when building our little base. And the reason I wanna get our base kind of set up early is because when I run out of jetpack, which might be in like a couple episodes, I don't know, it might take a long time, but I wanna have something I can stand on so I'm not just like stuck floating around here with nothing to go off of. So let's get this thing building our steel plates for us, and then we'll grab those. and we're gonna start on our base. Okay, one thing we don't actually start out with in this series is a grinder and a welder, so we're gonna need those eventually too, but I think right now we just wanna build the basic blocks. So let's go over here, all blocks, we're gonna go to light armor, grab those, and we're gonna start building these. Now I'm gonna press B to gravity align this, and we're gonna start from, let's start from here, I guess. Gravity align, place that, okay. We're gonna have a couple blocks coming down here. I'm gonna bring this to the center, I think. We're just gonna go straight through the center. Eventually we'll do something cooler with this. Okay, so the center point is about where I am right now because you can see me flying around it just kind of with my jetpack off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place a block in there so that we know that that's the center. And I'm going to make some more steel plates, so I have a couple to work with. Let's do 20. And then I'm gonna kind of build like a circular structure around this. Now, our little hole here is not actually perfectly aligned to the center. So, it's a little bit misleading, but yeah, so that is our center right there. I think I'm gonna go out a couple blocks on each side. That's gonna get in our way, of course, but here, we can push it away maybe. Ugh. I don't know if that worked. No, that didn't work at all. Okay, let's go out 2 blocks on each side, and this is how we're gonna build our base. So it's gonna be like this big, 1, 2, and then on this side as well. Is this our hole? No, this is our bottom hole. Okay, cool. Oh my god, I don't have a grinder. Okay, I need to make a grinder pretty quickly. Let's just make our welder and grinder right off the bat here so we can get those out of the way. Production, give me a welder and a grinder, please. I guess we can make a data pad. I don't know what that would give us though. But a welder and a grinder is gonna be important because I'm actually placing blocks that I don't want to place and I need to get rid of them. Okay, let's get our inventory sorted real quick. All right, there we go. Okay, we have our full inventory sorted, and let's get this thing looking a little bit nicer. Yeah, okay, so this right here I don't care about. Okay, I've got kind of a basic idea of what I want going on here. It's kind of like a circular thing, and we'll expand this as we expand our hole size as well. But this should allow us to walk around when our jetpack runs out. So if I get on here, and yeah, okay, so I can walk around this just fine. It's a little weird actually on this side. I don't know why. I think the center is over there though, isn't it? Unless the center is moving somehow. Yeah, the center is over there. Maybe it's just because my character doesn't move when he's on these. So it's a little bit wonky. Yeah, he doesn't change positions really. And actually it's really hard to jump as well. But yeah, okay, that gives us kind of a base of for what we want to do. Eventually we're going to transfer this battery onto like a proper battery here. But let me try and make a, I think let's just try and make a windmill and see if that works. I want to try and stick a windmill maybe right there. And just see if it gives us any power at all. I doubt it's going to give us much, but if it gives us any and the game allows that, then I think that's a win. All right, we're going to need an interior plate though. So let's go into our production and get ourselves 1 interior plate. Just going to place this for now. Right there, not right there. Unable to place wind turbine. Oh, probably because we need to mine out some of this. Okay, let's just mine some more rock then. Get ourselves a full inventory of that stuff, and then we'll place more. We can actually place the wind turbine. It doesn't mind it. We need to clear out the rock before we place it. But let's try and place one right here. I just want to see if it gives us any power, because if it does, that's one problem sorted. Let's right-click this. We're going to go Control, Shift, middle mouse button. Yeah, okay, so that's going to put those all into... Oh my gosh, okay. Oh, geez, what have I done? Did I put 10 times that into production? Okay, let's go and remove all the ones from here down, because I think I accidentally put too many into production. But... let's, yep, there we go. And we're gonna let that do its thing. While that's doing that, we're gonna go and get more rock. We're gonna keep getting rock so that we can get this, get all this stuff built. I wanna get as much ingots as we can, or as many ingots as we can before we run into problems with anything, pretty much. Now, one problem I think we're gonna run into big time in this series is the lack of ores, because currently, we're in the center of the earth. I don't know if ores spawn this low, and I don't see any currently around us. So that's going to be a problem. That kind of means we're restricted to anything that doesn't involve ores. Like no gold, no silver, no cobalt, and none of the other crazy stuff like uranium and platinum. So that's a little bit limiting, but we will we'll work within our constraints. That's what miniseries are for. Interesting kind of ideas that might not work at all, but might be interesting for a couple episodes. Okay, so let's keep getting rock. We're just going to keep doing this, and I'll cut out a lot of this probably, just so you guys don't have to see me getting rock 24/7. But we're going to get as much rock as we can, and then see if we can build that windmill. I really want to get my power generation up before our battery runs out, which is going to be in approximately 1 hour. Okay, so we have this episode to figure out our power situation, and if we can't, then it's a 1 episode miniseries. So let's see what we can do. Let's look at our production. It's made everything, so let's go ahead and grab all of this stuff and finish up our power thing. And let's see if this thing works. I'm gonna be amazed if it does, but that's gonna be amazing. I mean, what? Wait, it's turning. Okay, that's a good sign. Let's use our control here. It's actually generating 62 kilowatts, so it's gonna have the poorest of poor conditions, 48 kilowatts. Control panel survival kit. That's going to take 200 kilowatts, so we're going to need approximately 5 of these. Yeah, about 5 of these things to run one of those. And that's a small one, so maybe more for the big one, I don't know. But I think we can handle that, considering this is pretty free to build. It's never going to get damaged, because there's nothing down here that could damage it, unless something comes falling down this massive hole on this side. That right there, by the way, is the hole to the surface. If we were to follow that all the way, we would get to the surface, but we can't. It's too far. It would use all of our jetpack as well, well before we got anywhere close. So unfortunately, we can't just fly up. We'll probably have to build a machine or something to get up there. But there we go. We have one of these things built. I think, what do we want to do next? Okay, I'm going to drill out a little bit more of this area because I want to expand our little walkway a little bit. So let's get this thing drilled. Okay, I was able to expand this a little bit more, so I could bring this out just a little bit. And I think I really like the idea of us being able to walk on one side and then have all of our windmills kind of on the inside of this. How much are you producing? 58? Okay, that's not bad. Actually, since this is a very drill-intensive series, it would be very good to get a leveled up drill. I don't know if we can get level 2 or 3 because those would require cobalt and stuff like that. But I think the level 1 can be made. No, level 1 cannot be made with the survival kit. So what we could do is we could eventually try and build an assembler to make the level 1. I don't know if it requires cobalt though. And that cobalt's going to be our main problem. I mean, at this point, we're basically making the space centripetal acceleration thing. I mean, you can definitely see a circle coming along here. But let me see how it is walking on this. It's a little weird. He kind of changed his direction a little bit. It's still a little bit odd, but I think it'll work. Can we jump? Yeah, we can jump a little bit. It's still a bit bizarre though, but I think it's fine. It gives us a ton of space to build stuff. Let's try and build a couple more windmills here. I'm gonna need some interior plates. Let's get those built up. Production, give me 10 of these so I have some stuff to work with. And we're gonna try and get a couple of those to up and running. All right, I'm running into a bit of a problem trying to place some more windmills because they need a lot of clearance actually, and it's really hard to find out how to get them enough. I've been trying to place this one, and it's cost me a lot of jetpack, which I think was not a good use of my jetpack, so that was a bad idea. But eventually we'll place these. I think we just need to do a lot of mining. I've been trying to place one right here, and you can see I've mined out like the entire area, but there's a little bit, some block up there that's blocking me from doing it. Okay, finally we get this one able to place. There we go. Okay, and I am going to start conserving a little bit, so every time I'm down here on the ground, I'll start walking around. And since we have such a big area, we actually can walk on the outside of this as well, even though it's a little bit weird and our character likes to kind of aim different ways. But yeah, we can walk around, and we can even do mining while we're standing pretty much. So I think I'm going to utilize that a little bit more so we don't have to jetpack everywhere. Because conserving that is extremely important. By the way, if any of you guys know how to get any sort of hydrogen while we're down here, please let me know in the comments, because that's one of the main challenges of this series, is finding out a way to get that stuff to us. Actually, I wonder what materials you have on you. If I were to deconstruct this guy, what materials does it have? Okay, it's got medical components, which I think are going to be extremely useful for us. This thing has power cells, which I think we can build, but yeah, we can actually build everything in the battery. I don't know if we can build everything in this, though. Yeah, we can't build medical components. That's a bit dangerous. But I think it should be fine. We can maybe try and get a solar panel set up. I highly doubt it's going to actually be that effective, but we could try it. If it is somehow effective, then that's good. But one huge issue we're going to run into is going to be building ships, because when you try and build a ship, you have to build the thrusters, which I think are locked under progression. I do have progression turned on, but the thrusters require metal grids, which I don't think we can build in here. Yeah, we can't. And metal grids, I believe, require cobalt, which there's no way of getting unless we find an ore patch. So that might be out of the question for us. How's our battery doing real quick? 1 hour still? Okay, we're good on battery for now. Let's go get more rock. This is actually the better way to mine. Just let ourselves sort of float. Well, okay, it's better until it's not. Okay, I think we should have enough for this guy over here. Let's go over here and weld you up. All right, sweet. And this is probably going to provide us with about the same amount of power, which is pretty minuscule amount. Actually, it's a little bit more, surprisingly. I wonder why. Maybe it's because it's just slightly above in elevation than the other one is. I don't know, but I'll take it. All right, let's grab a little more rock, I guess, and throw this in here. This thing's doing pretty well. I want to try and start the transfer. Actually, let's get some lights set up. So I think we're going to first start with some lights on the inside here. I'm going to need some construction components for this task. So let me get some of those built. Give me maybe 10. Give me 10 construction components to work with, and that should be good for now. Lights are super cheap. Can I not build lights yet? Oh, it looks like lights are actually blocked under the basic assembler, so we cannot build any sort of light until we build that. So that's going to be important to set up. I'm thinking maybe here or so. I mean, we can always move it. It's fine. So let's get that thing set up. That's going to be a task, though, because that requires a lot of computers. This way. Okay, basic assembler. Boom. Let's... oh, gosh. Okay. Computers, displays. Okay. It's a task, but we'll get it done. Okay, we also want to build a survival kit on the base. And the survival kit on the base is hard because it's going to require removing our survival kit out there. So luckily they both require the same number of medical components, so we don't have that much trouble with this, but... Okay, survival kit right there. We'll get that set up, and we need a battery as well. So, we can't do the battery probably until we get the basic assembler, so that's fine. I think basic assembler is our main priority right now. And then the survival kit. This survival kit should be fine for now. We should be good on power. But it's really risky, right? Because if this thing runs out of power, we no longer have any ability to really do much. We can't assemble anything. Even though we have power on this thing right here, we won't be able to do much. I really want to get to the point in this series where we don't have to worry about power. That's our main concern. There's no restrictions on the refineries or the assemblers like there were on the economy only series. We can build everything in the game whenever we want. It's just a matter of when we can build them due to the restriction of being in the center of the earth without any ores or anything. By the way, sorry for any flashing lights. I guess I'll probably put a warning at the start of this. It's not crazy flashing lights, but it is sort of flashing. That's just the game being the game. Which is kind of annoying, but I don't know. Space engineers be space engineers. Okay. We need 2 more motors, couple displays. The computers are the hard part here. And there we are. Oh, we're flying away. Okay, basic assembler. We now have this thing. We're not going to use it yet. What we want to do with it is set up a battery. So let's get battery on here. And then we'll set up a couple lights too. So battery, I want to throw you probably right here. Well, that's kind of in our way a little bit. Let's grab a steel plate for this. Okay, so battery, yeah, the battery's going to be really important. I'm going to put that right about here. And we'll try and get that thing set up immediately. Oh, critical energy, we got to be careful. That's another worry of this series as well, because if we run out of energy, we no longer... I don't think we can fly. So that's just as bad as running out of jetpack. I don't think we'll die, though, because we are in the center of the Earth, not Pertham or anything. Oh, actually, we might die if we run out of energy. I'm just looking at the temperature. It says Inferno, so it's extremely hot down here. I don't know what that means, really, because I've never been without power down here. So we have to keep an eye on our power. That's probably a matter of life or death. Okay, the power cells are going to be important. Can we make the power cells? We cannot make the power cells. That's an assembler thing. Okay, assembler, can you make power cells? And how do you make them? You need silicon, nickel, and iron. Luckily, we can get those all from a little bit of stone. So let's get our power cells put up there. And we're gonna grab, what actually do you need for this? You're gonna need 266 iron, 26 silicon, and 53 nickel. So I think I can handle that. 266 iron, we don't have that much, but I can get as much as I can. 26 nickel, so we'll grab 30 for you. And then some silicon, so we'll grab 50 for you. I think it was a little more than 50, actually. We'll grab another 10. Our assembler's not having a good day, is it? Is it able to produce anything? Yeah, okay, it's able to slowly produce this stuff. Actually, it's able to produce this at normal speed, but it's not happy about the amount of power it's getting. Because it needs 280 kilowatts. It's only getting about 150 from these two combined, so yeah. Actually, even less. There we go. We've got our 10 of those things, so we can build this up. Now we have a lot of power. How much is this going to give us, I wonder? This gives us 900 kilowatt hours, which is, I think, a lot more than we have in here. Yeah, we only have 191 kilowatt hours, so this gives us way more power than we had before. Fully recharged in 18 hours, so it's not even being used quite yet. This is gonna slowly, very slowly, recharge our thing. Okay, good stuff. Next is this. We need to build up this survival kit, and that's gonna involve destroying this survival kit if we want to get that fully set up, which we do, but is it that big of a deal? I don't know. Let's grab all these materials and see if we can see how much we can build up. Just 4 motors and 3 computers. Okay, here we go. Survival kit is all built up except for the battery, except for the medical components. I think we just remove this and yeah, and use the other one instead. I don't think there's a little bit of charge left on this battery. I don't think we care about it that much. So let's just get all this stuff in here. And let's remove this guy. All right, get the medical components. Okay, there we go. That's removed. All we have now is a battery that's got a little bit of charge. I'm fine just leaving it there. I mean, we could remove it since power is not as much of an issue anymore. Or we can just use it as the base for like a ship or something. But we can now recharge off of this one, which is not really any better, but it's on the main base. That's good. We still can't recharge our hydrogen, unfortunately. I don't think there's any way we're going to be able to do that unless we somehow miraculously find ice down here. But I don't know that that's going to happen. Okay, let's get all this stone here, and we'll set it up inside there. Getting a basic refinery is going to be pretty important as well. Not really a priority right now, though. But eventually I want to get a proper refinery set up, which would help us out a lot. Okay, let's get ingots set up as a main priority in this thing. How are you looking? Fully depleted in 16 hours. That's a little bit better than 1 hour. Okay, we've bought ourselves a little bit of time. That's plenty of time to build a couple more of these guys. Oh, okay, let's get some lights set up, actually. I said we were going to do that, and we haven't done it yet. Lights, right. I think we're going to put a light on these main blocks right here, and hopefully that'll get us sorted for a while. So let's get a light block. We're going to get this spotlight one that has all of them, and we're going to put a standard... We could do something like this. Just on all of the, on all of those edges. We only have 2 right now built up, but yeah, just something like that. That's going to cost 6 construction components each, which I can get from here, I think. Okay, there we go. There's one. And here's another one. We're going to set the radius all the way up on these guys and see if that helps us out a little bit with the lighting. Corner lights, please give me a max radius sort of thing. Ooh, that's nice. Oh yeah, that helps a lot. We still have a little bit of blinking over there, but if I don't use my light, I think it's fine. I think it's a little bit better without the flashlight here. So, and I think once we get lights over here as well, it'll probably work. It'll probably look a little bit better too. There we go. We'll put one there, and I'll stick another light there. There we go. All right, this is looking good. The only problem is that that's now using a lot of power because they're very maxed out on the radius. Actually, wait, do those even use power? It doesn't say these use any power. So, and this is still fully charged. Yeah, okay, so I don't think those are actually using much power. I never knew that lights don't use power. Okay, well, interesting. That's good. We'll add a lot of lights, I guess. Actually, you know what? I bet you with the basic assembler, we can also make a better tool. Like this guy right here. Nickel, silicon, and iron, that's all you need. So let's go ahead and make that because we can. That's going to be the last one we're going to be able to make, though, until we get some crazy metals, which I don't know if we will ever get. But this is going to help us out a lot with our mining, since this is a very mining-intensive thing. So let's get that going. We'll go to character tools. We'll grab our enhanced drill. And there we go. We now have a blue drill to help us in our mining adventures. You know, technically with our mag boots, we might be able to just walk up the side of this. I don't think we'd get very far, but we could probably just walk up a little bit of this. I mean, it's an extremely far distance. You can't even see light, pretty much. But yeah, you could walk up the side of this until the gravity starts hitting you a little harder, and then it's going to start tilting you kind of this way, and you'll eventually fall back down the hole and crash into the center. But yeah, you could walk up the side for the first little stretch, but we're not going to, because we'd fall. The only way I can see us actually getting up there is if we do something like build like a little car or something that can drive up it. Because I don't think we're ever going to be able to build a ship properly because the thrusters require metal grids. So I don't know how we're going to do it, but we'll try and think of something. Okay, we're going to clear out a little bit of space for another windmill right here. This time I'm doing a little bit smarter than the way I did it before. The way I did it before, I kind of eyeballed it and tried to remove all the blocks that were in the way. This time I'm just gonna literally put blocks up where it's gonna go. And if anything is touching, I will remove it. I think this is the more conservative way of doing things. And by conservative, I mean jetpack fuel conservative. Last time I used a lot of fuel trying to get this thing up. I think I must have used at least 20 jetpack fuel trying to get the windmill installed to fit properly. So this time I hope we use a little less, or a lot less. Okay, we should be able to fit one here now. Let's get a couple of these. And there we go. Yes, we were able to do it successfully. And we only used, I think, 3 jetpack fuel or something like that. So that was a much better use of our fuel than the previous time. All right, there we go. Here's another wind turbine. Awesome. Actually, I didn't even need to... I could have just grabbed that wind turbine and moved it. But, yeah. Oh, let's get another light setup, actually, since we have the space. Please, sir, may I have some construction components? There we go. The entire base is now illuminated properly, and we have 2 windmills set up. I really want to set up a third, but it's going to be hard. What we need is like some sort of mining thing, which we might set up next episode or something like that. But ideally, something with an arm that would be able to just mine stuff would be really cool, like a ship arm. Okay, since we're running out of jetpack, you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to make ourselves a mine slightly above the surface of this, just for now, so that we don't have to use up all of our jetpack. So a little bit farther, we're gonna go through this. We're not gonna mine out the entire circle. We're just gonna go through this a little bit, and then we're gonna make. Do I even need steel plates? Maybe I do, just for this one. There we go. And we're gonna make ourselves a little mine over here that we can kind of just kind of mine in without worrying about falling like this. All right, yeah, so this is pretty perfect. We can mine in here without using our jetpack. And if we fall, like if we jump by accident, we'll eventually come back to the ground since the mine is kind of facing the ground. Can we get to it from here? Yeah, so here we would fall back down into here. That's fine. We probably want to do something with to protect ourselves in case we fall up against this. I'm just planning here for when we don't have a jetpack anymore. Okay, we'd come this way. We float a little bit, but yeah, we'd be able to come back down here. Okay, cool. So we can mine in here now without problem. Oh, actually, you know what might help? Ooh, what if we do ladders? Let's get our progression done here real quick. Let's do an interior wall. Interior wall, place that down. And that'll allow us to build ladders, I think. Okay, there we go. We unlocked the stuff for it. Cool. Now with that, we should be able to build ladder. So we'll grab one of those. And if I were to place like a ladder on the side of this thing, that should help us, because we can always grab that whenever we want to. Actually, can I just build it up? No, I can't. Okay, so let's say I'm like floating off in here, off in the distance. Can I, well, let's say I'm like all the way over here. Can I grab that ladder? Or if I'm like weirdly angled or something, can I go over here? Yoink. Kind of. Okay, that kind of works. So if I'm like at a weird angle like this, I can grab the ladder, go off, it'll pull me back down to the ground, and then I'm at the normal angle. Okay, so ladders can help. That would actually be a good idea then, to install a couple ladders around our base so that we can use them. All right, let's complete the circle. We're almost there. I'm gonna write myself again real quick because I like being the correct way up. I need to install more ladders around the base probably so that we have more options to do that. But we're almost there. Turn that around and turn this one around. And there we go. Okay, the circle is now complete. It would be nice if I could get more of these up, but I don't know. It requires a lot of jetpack to be able to get those working. What I could do is I could do something like this. Try and make myself a little ladder to get up there so I don't have to use jetpack to do it. Actually, that's not that bad. If I could just right-click mine all this without using much jetpack. It's like scaffolding pretty much. This is kind of crazy. Yeah, we're pretty much scaffolding our way to be able to mine without using our very precious reserve of jetpack. Do we dare try a solar panel? I guess we should try one just to see if it gives us any power at all. I doubt it's going to give us any, but why not just give one a go? Place one maybe right there. Right-click that. Let's go over here and see if we can build the stuff for it. Shift middle mouse, put that into production. Yeah, okay, let's give it a second, see if we can build this thing up. Just a couple of solar cells left. All right, let's see. Please give us like 1 bar of power. If you do, I'll be very happy. No, I don't think it's going to. It knows it's underground. Okay, that's realistic. What if I shine my flashlight on you really hard? No? Nothing? Okay, cool. That's fine. I didn't really expect that to work that much. All right, we should have another windmill up then in that case. Let's get our windmill back and see how much this one produces. Interior plate, okay. I can do an interior plate. Okay, yes, we were able to place it, awesome. Let's right click it and let's go and see if we can grab all the materials. Oh, we're flying away. That's why we need that little bit of jetpack. We need to keep always a little bit. Shift middle mouse button, put that in production. And awesome. While that one's building up, I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. I wanna try and weld out enough area for this. All right, you guys know the drill, pun intended. We're just gonna get this area clear and we'll get this thing put up. Okay, I think we should be good on this one as well. Let me remove my beautiful scaffolding. And how did I get down? Oh yeah, right here, okay. And let's see if we did it correctly. Goodbye scaffolding. And can we place this? Need interior plates, okay. I can handle an interior plate request. No, we didn't do it properly. Where are the blocks? I'm guessing it's on the bottom layer because I didn't do very well there. Yeah, it's definitely here, okay. Okay, I got lazy and used my jetpack, but now this should be good. I'm gonna right myself again. Oh my gosh, I love this ladder trick. This is very helpful. Okay, so let's go over here. We'll build planner this and see what else we still need. Right click on that for build planner and grab everything we can. We're still missing some stuff, so I'm gonna shift middle mouse button to put that into production. Okay, there we go. One more wind turbine. All right, let's see how much these are producing. This one's going 37. That's not that much. What about you? You're doing, you're not built. Why are you not built? Whoops. Okay, here we go. Let's see how much you do. Hopefully a lot. You're giving us 36. Okay, so you give us 42. You give us, I hope still 70 something. Yeah, 74. You still give us 36, and you give us 37. Why is this one giving us so much more? I don't know. That's so bizarre. I'll turn off my light so it's not flickering everywhere. But okay, cool. We now have 4 wind turbines going up, which means our battery should be recharged in 11 hours. So in like 10 episodes, we'll have a fully charged battery, assuming we do nothing else with the base. I think what we're gonna do next, and this is probably gonna be the end of this episode because we're getting a little long here, but next, I think we're gonna try and build some sort of arm thing to allow us to mine a little quicker. We might build a couple more refineries, and we're probably gonna try and expand our these. We're gonna try and get more of these. Now, how we're gonna do that, I do not know. We're gonna need to find a way to do it. But we definitely need to. We need to figure out a way to expand our power. So we will do that. Yeah, I think that's it. Let me know what you guys want to see in the next few episodes. We have a couple problems with with finding ores and also with finding ice. So let me know if you guys have any solutions for those, because those might be very invaluable to this this series. But anyways, thanks guys for watching. If you like the episode, please hit the like button, put your comments and suggestions down below in the comments section. I'll see you guys in the next episode of Space Engineers: The Center miniseries.